Who sang that song in the 50s, I'm Sorry? Was that Sandra Dee? Was it Sandra Dee? I'm sorry.
For my time.
U.S. Olympic swimmer Ryan Lochte. Can we cue that music? Ryan Lochte now apologizing for his behavior surrounding that late-night incident at a Rio de Janeiro gas station, saying he should have been more, quote, careful and candid about how he described what happened. But he added, it's traumatic to be out late with your friends in a foreign country with a language barrier and have a stranger point a gun at you and demand money to let you leave. My panel is back, and we're going to discuss whether this, well, do you accept the apology or not? Deneen Borelli and Laureen Chivee. Deneen, let me start with you. Is that an apology?
No. I think it's too little too late. I mean, this kid, and I call him a kid because he's clearly...
He's 32 years old, I think.
Well, he's inexperienced and very... did not use common sense and just really made a mess of this whole situation. I don't know who to believe because I know there are minutes missing from a video that was taken, but the stories that have been told, I don't know who to believe. And it's a shame because it really puts a dampening effect on the whole
Well, the New York
experience.
Post actually, they call him liar, liar. I think we have the video, liar, liar, Speedo on fire. What do you think? Is Lauren is definitely guilty, or is there any, reprieve for him?
I mean, look, he's a representative of the nation, and I think that's part of what makes this so terrible is he's not just some random person. He actually is a huge star. He's got household name recognition, and he is representing our nation at an international event, and his behavior was atrocious. And to me, it's absolutely not an apology. And the thing that's sad is that it plays into all of these stereotypes that other nations have about Americans, insensitivity to other cultures, and just sort of lack of respect for other cultures. And it's just so unfortunate. It's so not representative of our Olympic team, and it casts such a pall over the games.
This lie began with him telling his mother, so this is proof why you should never lie.
Oh, don't lie to your mother.
But the Olympic Committee actually issued a statement, and they said, this is a quote, no apologies from Lochte or other athletes are needed. We have to understand that these kids came here to have fun. Let's give these kids a break. Sometimes you make decisions that you later regret. They had fun, they made a mistake, life goes on.
But you know what, these athletes are role models.
They are.
Young kids are looking up to them, and to see this playing out in the headlines the way that it did, it's really outrageous, and he should be held accountable.
I totally agree. And it's such a double standard for athletes, and I hate to say it, I mean, it's sort of this standard, it's sort of this typical trope of this sort of privileged athlete, star, gets a pass on really atrocious behavior just because they're famous, and he's not a kid, I mean, he's an adult. It's unacceptable. I mean, at this point, I think it's going to, it's been a big news story. I don't know what there is left to say about it, but it's an embarrassment to the country, and he should make a real apology because it casts a shadow over other athletes who are there, who are behaving beautifully, who are being great sportsmen, and who are representing our nation well.
Well, and when you think about it, too, I mean, there have been guests on Fox Business today are talking about the fact that Ryan Lochte's endorsements, I mean, the millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars, I don't know what the dollar figure would be, those are gone. I mean, do you really want him on a box of Wheaties?
Right. Well, who will believe him at this point?
Yeah,
and what parent would want their kid?
Exactly right. The role model piece is exactly right. There are plenty of other athletes who behave appropriately.
It's so good to see the two of you agree.
Isn't it so lovely?
It's so rare. Deneen and Lauren.
Sportsmanship is a bipartisan issue.
Thank you very much. We're going to have more right after this.